Alright, now here's where I would deviate from what's inside the manual, because the manual is only about replacing the membrane panels. It's not about reconditioning your synth. And the whole purpose behind the membrane panels being replaced was so that I could get inside to recondition the synth. And reconditioning doesn't necessarily mean going in with a soldering iron and pulling things out. That's just silly. If nothing is broken, don't go in there and do that. But this is very dusty inside, and as you can probably see from the circuit board here, these circuit boards could do with a bit of a cleaning, just because they're covered in dust. And the sliders, they're all looking like they're in really good shape. So really I'm not going to do anything nutty like take them out of the circuit board, dismember them, and put them down. I call it that's a nutty maneuver if the sliders are clean and properly functioning. So in this case, these all look good. This has not been a misused machine. It's been very well cared for. So so I'm not, I'm not keen on the idea of doing surgery on the circuit board and then dismembering all of these sliders in order to rebuild them from the ground up. But what I will do is I'm going to get a little bit of a, a little PC vacuum, and I'm going to use it to suck out whatever dirt I can from inside the container, inside the can, and one of those little micro. We'll do that in a bit, and then I'm going to use some keybed deoxit, just a little tiny bit on each of these, just down on the circuitry tracks, because if you want to see what's inside one of these guys, take a look at one of my Juno 106 fader rebuilding videos, because they actually show fairly well all the bits and pieces that make this up. But the idea here is to put just a thin layer of deoxit down on the carbon track where the metal brushes ride. So we'll do that, and let's have a look also a little bit deeper inside. As you can see, again, really, I'm just going to move these carefully over to the top. Once again, we're using the inside of a soft case, a zipped open soft case here, acting as our work pad. They work really well for that. So if you have like a 76 key or 88 key soft case, that's fantastic. You can unzip it and lay it down on your table, and it's perfect. So anyway, I'll unmount the camera and have a little flyby here. Here comes the space probe going in. As you can see, there's quite a bit of dust in there. Nothing like, not the end of the world, but I would like to get that dust out of there, just to render it into a, you see there's dirt on the inside here, and which brings us to something that I'm definitely going to have to do, and it's going to be a little bit time consuming. This particular keybed assembly, you push down on the key and it releases it from the holding mechanism. A little bit difficult to do with one hand while you're holding a camera, but I think I can do it. There we are. And we're going to lift it up, and you'll see there's a captive spring on the back side. This key is relatively clean. As I said, this unit has been properly cared for, but I would like to clean all these keys individually, and more importantly, take a look. We've got, again, our old enemy, the growth of ages, has built up inside this keybed, and we definitely do not want to be having to reassemble it without that stuff gone. So I'm looking at basically a complete pull the keybed, dismember it down, and clean it. So that'll be a separate video, and you can follow it if you like. And it might be one or two videos, in fact. So I'm having a look here, and I'm going to be taking this keybed out before I go any further, and we'll be doing all of the cleanup on the circuit boards and everything else, and that's the sort of the segue we're going to do. And when we got all that dealt with, then we're going to get back to the instruction manual and continue to reassemble our newly reminted Polaris.